Yo, have you ever got this objection before? Like, has anyone ever said to you, hey, yeah, what's the price while you're cold calling them? Okay, or even just setting the appointment. If so, I'm about to save your damn life because I have the absolute best objection handling framework you can use for this word for word. You can just copy it and it will guaranteed work and handle this objection so good. Like, it'll be so good, your prospects won't even know what to say. Okay, and so I'm going to share with you the words. Here's the expectation for the video. I'm going to share with you the 3 words that you say, or the 4 words. I think it's 7 words actually. The 7 words you have to say every single time, and then I'm going to share with you why it works and what to do after you say that. Okay, so the next time somebody says to you on a cold call, setting call, whatever the case may be, yeah, what's the price? Here's what you say. Now, this only works over the phone, not over text. Okay, so do not do this over text. It won't work. It has to be over the phone, so you can hear their reaction and continue the conversation. When someone says, what's the price? You're just going to say to them this. This is it. So all you're going to say is, what do you want it to be? What do you want it to be? What would you like the price to be? Now, I'll share with you why this works so well. Because most people, when they ask this, they have no idea what they want the price to be. They just want to ask, okay, so you can tell them a number that's more than $1, and that's going to cause them to say no. That's really what happens. You could say to them it's 500, you could say it's 100, you could say it's 100,000. They'll always say, that's too much, I'm not interested, and hang up. So instead of giving them a price, because it doesn't matter what you say, because the reason why giving them the price doesn't work is because you've given them no value. And therefore, they don't even know what your service is, right? They literally know nothing. And therefore, any price point won't make sense because they don't know what they're getting. That's why this doesn't work. You can't give them the price. And so instead we ask, well, what do you want it to be? Now, the reason why this works is it puts it back on the prospect. You see, what the prospect's trying to do is they're playing basketball, right, with you. And this is your side of the court, and this is their side of the court. They're trying to throw the ball into your side of the court. What you're just doing is you're playing hot potato and saying, take this freaking thing right back, and you throw the ball back at them. And now you're putting the ball in their court and say, you got to figure out, you got to tell me, what do you want the price to be? Now, what happens is no one knows, right? It's typically that they'll kind of stumble and stutter, I don't know. What do you charge? Well, we can charge whatever you want. I could make the price $1 million. I could also make it 0. What would you want it to be? Okay? And they typically can't come up with an answer. If they do, they're going to say something like, well, I wish it was free. Okay? And say, oh, yeah. Actually, we have a free offer. I just won't do anything for you, though. Right? You can kind of laugh. And it's like, all seriousness, though, let me ask you a question. If I were to work for you and you use your numbers, your guarantee, if I were to work, right, for you and generate you whatever number your guarantee is, let's say you guarantee 100K over 90 days. If I were to guarantee you 100K, right, I would work for you, make you 100K over the next 90 days, and it was guaranteed, it was written, you knew it was going to happen, would you have a problem paying me $10,000? They'll probably say, well, and you don't even have to say me, you could just say if someone was going to work for you, make you 100K, would you have a problem paying them 10 grand? Well, probably not. It's like, cool. So we actually guarantee the 100K 90 days as well, except we didn't even charge nowhere near 10K. So with that being said, wouldn't that be worth at least a quick 5-minute chat to talk about how we could potentially do exactly that for you and share with you what it is we're currently doing for 17 other roofers, as an example, if you're calling roofers, right? And it's kind of like, and notice how I say it. I don't say, would you be opposed? I say, wouldn't that be worth at least 5-10 minutes to talk about how that could potentially work for you and for us to share what we're doing for 17 other roofers right now? There's a lot of little psychological things I'm doing in there that I'm not explaining, so I'll share with you. When I'm saying, wouldn't that be worth? I'm basically putting words in the prospect's mouth. Wouldn't that be worth? Wouldn't that be worth at least 5-10 minutes? No, that would not be worth it. It's hard to say that. So it's like they're thinking in their head, yeah, I guess that is kind of worth it. Yeah, fair enough, that is kind of worth it, and then they're going to say yes, right? What I also do is I frame it as, hey, wouldn't it be worth the time to see how we could do that for you, how we could make you money, right? And also share how we're currently doing this for insert how many clients you have, number of guys right now, for 17 other roofers right now. It's kind of like, damn, you already have 17 other roofers. Like, okay, I'm kind of interested to see what you're doing. Very subtle, small psychological tips, but all these things add up to you booking the call. And it works so well because no one has an answer for this. And therefore, you take the power back, right? right? You take the power back. You bring the power back in your court. Because what happens is when people try to ask you this question, they try and take the power from you, right? They're trying to like summoning the energy from you. That we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that. We want to keep the power dynamic. We want to control that. And so this is how we do that. Is because we put it back on them, and they'll never have an answer. Maybe what if maybe they do say something? Well, I want it to be 2K. Great. Well, now you know you have leeway to charge 2K. You could probably get away with 3. But more often than not, they have no idea. They're like, I don't know. I wish it was free. Like, or they'll be like, well, just tell me what you charge. And then I can go with the frame of, well, I can make it whatever you wanted it to be. I could give you a service that's $1. I can give you a service that's $1 million. Now, the results will vary dramatically. So let me just ask you a question. What's more important to you? How much it's going to cost, or the results I'm going to deliver for you? Right? Because I could work for you for the $1. I just won't make you a lot of money. I might make you $1 back. So would that be worth it for you? I could also work for you for $1 million, and I can make you $10 million. So I guess, like, which one is more concerning for you? How much it's going to cost or what you're going to get? Right? And then, boom. Now you take control back of the conversation, and you can lead the conversation down the path you want. So there you go. This is it. This is the sauce that no one's ever talked about. I'm the first person to ever share this on the internet. Why? Because I made this up for thousands of hours of being on the phone and reviewing calls and working with other people. So here's how to handle that objection. All right, and let me just plug myself real quick. If you're an agency owner and you want to scale and make more money, there's a button below this link, below this YouTube video in the description, where you can book a call on my calendar. Book a call with me. I will qualify you and see if you're worth partnering with, and if so, I will pitch you my offer, which costs money, and then we'll do rev share. That's it. Have fun, make a bunch of money, and make your parents proud. See ya.